Hello everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar, which will give you an overview of Staffordshire University's Innovation Enterprise Zone and some of the key support projects available to businesses. This webinar is part of our #Staffs Innovation series, where we disseminate our expertise, our knowledge in areas such as digital, manufacturing, robotics, and so on. And we also give overview of some of the support programs available to companies at our university. My name is Marek, and I'm a head of employer partnerships and enterprise. And today's speakers include also Rachel Wood, who is project manager on our advanced manufacturing and prototyping project. Marc Wootton, who is project manager on digital innovation partnerships project. And we also welcome guest speaker Patrick Figan from Halltech, who is a technical manager. And we have a good partnership with Halltech, who are working with us on digital innovation partnerships, and also through the Innovate UK funds on knowledge transfer partnership scheme. As we go through the slides, please use chat to ask questions, and we will answer them at the end of the webinar, or if we need to, we will take it away and advise you after and outside of the webinar. So the next slide just outlines the Innovation Enterprise Zone. So what is Innovation Enterprise Zone? We see it as an innovation ecosystem, weaving together a number of key and complementary business support areas from which you as a company can benefit from. You can access our skills development provision, including our work-based learning, including CPD programs and apprenticeships. You can access our researchers and research, our experts in a number of fields, as example on the right side of the slides, including the advanced materials, manufacturing, life sciences, robotics, data, cyber, intelligent transport, and so on. So you can see there is vast expertise at the university, which you can benefit from and access. You can have access to our students, student populations, our skills, for example, by taking on internships through our Unitems agency. So we have an in-house recruitment agency placing students and graduates into jobs, embedding the specialist skills into your businesses. You can access our funded support programs for innovation, new product development, and so on, which Rachel and Marc will outline today. You can access our research and innovation equipment. So as an example, 3D printers, robotic arms, and so on. And the latest addition to our innovation ecosystem and a campus is the incubation facility and a hatchery for a startup. So as I outlined, it's a combination of different resources, knowledge, research, expertise, students and graduate talents that you as a company you can access and benefit from. We work with small and large companies. We help them grow, innovate, and we inject skills into your company. So if you are SME in Staffordshire in particular, you'll be interesting to hear from Marc and Rachel. So I'll just briefly outline the soon to come incubation facilities and the hatchery. So the university is currently working on launching a brand new facility, which will be available soon. And it includes 11 incubation units and a startup hatchery, which is a pods-like facility, a shared co-working space for early stage businesses which require a stepping stone. You will have access to the R&D lab, so some of the specialist innovation equipment, in particular in material science. There's accompanying CPD program to help you grow and innovate throughout. We're looking to launch this facility in October, November. At the moment, we are collecting expression of interest. So if you want to be co-located, if you want to have a presence on campus next to our experts, researchers, innovation equipment, students and graduates, and work with us to help you grow, please express interest today. There will be a number of slides with the contact details for my team, employers at, which we will take forward. I'm now handing over to Rachel, who is a project manager on Staffordshire Advanced Manufacturing Prototyping Innovation Demonstrator. It's a unique project led by Staffordshire University, dedicated for Staffordshire SMEs to help you innovate and grow. Over to you, Rachel.
Perfect. Thank you, Marek. So as Marek says, I'm Rachel Wood. I'm the Programme Manager for SAMPED. I'm here to tell you about this exciting initiative that we're running, and we are open for business. The project is funded through the European Regional Development Fund and also the university. We're looking to work with 50 small and medium enterprise companies from Stoke-on-Trent and Staffordshire who are looking for support with designing and developing new products, services or processes. So this could be a new component that needs prototyping or a new product that you would like us to research into a different material. We want to be your research partner to help you to exploit this new side of your business, and all of this is free of charge. Next slide, please. So how are we going to help you? We can offer a 3-month project comprising of an innovation consultant who will be working for you for 15 hours per week on your product. In addition to this, we have 12 days of an academic to work on research and looking at our existing research to check if it could be translated into helping your innovation. We'll be using advanced manufacturing equipment that we've recently purchased through the project, and this includes 3D metal printers and robotic arms. The robotic arms are collaborative, so they'll mimic a human. We also already have some cutting edge equipment that we can utilise, such as plastic 3D printers, inspection cameras and probe stations. All of this has been done at the university, so you don't have to be responsible for the innovation consultant. They'll be working with us in our new innovation demonstrator. We'll work together on a plan that will be detailing what we'll do for you over the 3 months and keep you informed of the progress. An example of the types of projects that we can work with include industrial design, so we can help you with new technology and smart materials. 3D printing, so there's a range of materials including metals and plastics that we can work with. And if this is of interest, please do get in touch, as I have a list of what we can actually print in. We could do an analysis of your current product and see if there's a different material, shape or size that may make that product perform better. We can even pay for the materials to test this. We can help you to develop bespoke components to add value to a current product or a piece of equipment. We can test a product. Using our robotic arms, we could, for instance, crush a product, hold a product that's very fragile and measure the pressure of them. Equally, we could use the robotic arms for a process that a human couldn't complete. I'd like to just emphasise that the research element into each product, we offer so much more than just a 3D printing bureau. Next slide, please, Marc. Thank you. So to finish off, we've got 50 opportunities for you, our local businesses. There's a simple application process that the team and I will help you through. Everything is free of charge, and businesses retain any intellectual property that arise as a result of us working with you. So if you do have an idea, give us a call and we'll have an informal chat about whether we can help. It really is a great opportunity for our local companies. I'd now like to hand you over to Marc Wootton, who is the Programme Manager for the Staffordshire Digital Innovation Programme. Over to you, Marc.
Thank you, Rachel. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. As Marek and Rachel said, the Staffordshire Digital Innovation Partnerships is one of a multitude of projects that businesses like you can get involved in with the university and access our skills, our expertise and support to help develop your products and services and help you transform your business. So this project is Staffordshire Digital Innovation Partnerships, or SDIPs for short. So this is a collaborative project between Staffordshire University and Staffordshire County Council, to really help drive digital innovation in the region. The project is looking to support local SME businesses to research and develop new digital innovative products, services or processes, which ultimately have the potential to transform your business. The programme is funded by the European Regional Development Fund, and regardless of Brexit or any COVID-19 restrictions, we are still ongoing and we are still able to support and fund these projects and work with you and your businesses moving forwards. So what's included in the SDIPS projects? We're looking to support 36 local businesses with fully funded 6-month partnerships. Each partnership will receive one full-time student or graduate placement that would work on a permanent full-time basis in your business on the development of the product, service or process for the whole 6 months. In addition to that student working still in the project, we would also provide you with a minimum of half a day each week with support, expertise and guidance from one of our academics with a specialist in your chosen area. As wraparound support, we'll also look to maximise any opportunities we can and look to further identify funding, research or other development opportunities to help really kickstart this project and look at the wider impact and benefits that our initial support could result in. In addition to the direct support, we're also providing a variety of specialist events and seminars such as this to help you maximise those opportunities, help you look for other areas within the supply chain, other people to engage with, and really look to widen your horizons and look how digital innovation can support you and your business. And in addition to all of that direct support, businesses who respond to any of our social challenges, which I'll go over in a moment, will also receive an additional £10,000 fully funded grant to further research and develop your proposed projects. So what are the programme strands? SDIPS offers businesses the opportunity to apply for one of our 6-month projects and partnerships under 3 distinctive but interlinked strands. Those strands are digital innovation, business intelligence, and our social challenges. Digital innovation encompasses any digital project leading to the development of a new digital product, process, or service. The types of projects that we've supported under this strand are things like stock control systems, mobile data collection and transfer projects, maybe between sensors and mobile applications. We've also developed a number of innovative mobile applications and web solutions, again, all with the focus of transforming the way that you currently do business. Our business intelligence strand focuses specifically on the use of business intelligence and the utilisation of data that you collect, data that you'd like to collect, and how that would influence any future decisions within that business. Projects under this strand typically incorporate CRM applications, business intelligence, mobility solutions, dashboard data sets, anything at all that focuses on the use of data that could influence the way that you move forward with your business and provide that strategic outline. The final strand is in partnership with our partners, Staffordshire County Council. Staffordshire County Council have identified a series of social challenges that are central to the development of the council's vision in improving services, accessibility and digitisation of solutions. Social challenges include raising the aspirations of Staffordshire's children and young people, reducing isolation for the elderly, improving the digital capabilities of Staffordshire citizens, enabling the growing social action and community support, and children's emotional and mental well-being. We're inviting businesses to put forward any potential digital projects that they feel could address or support any of those social challenges in any kind of way, whether it's a very light touch solution or something that will completely transform the ways and the processes that we typically engage with this sort of audience. And as I mentioned before, in addition to that 6 months fully funded support, project intern and academic advice and guidance, businesses who engage with this social challenge area will also receive £10,000 grant to further research and further develop their potential solutions to these challenges. So, who can apply? The project is open to any SME business located in Stoke-on-Trent and Staffordshire LEP area, who are ultimately looking to transform their business using digital technologies. Businesses must be operating primarily on a business-to-business basis. Unfortunately, due to our funding criteria, we are unable to support retail and those that primarily are focused on business to consumers. However, if you've got any concerns or any questions around that, then please get in touch with us directly. Either come to myself or through the employer partnerships team, and we'd be more than happy to discuss your projects on an individual basis and see if this is right for you. If it isn't, I'm sure that you've crossed the University of Support, we could find something that is interesting, that will be able to support you and will help to further develop your concepts into reality. In addition to the business-to-business criteria, businesses must be able to support that student placement for the duration of the 6-month project. We are prioritising businesses that can support interns within their business. However, we are reactive to the concerns and the conditions around COVID-19, and we are able to place students remotely into businesses as long as supervision requirements are still maintained. The final criteria across the majority of these sorts of projects is that you've not received more than your fair share of state aid in the previous 3 years. This project is valued up and around the £50,000 worth of support. So as long as you have not received more than £150,000 worth of support prior to starting this project, you would be eligible. And again, a lot of people don't understand the requirements around state aid. So if you've got any concerns, any questions, again, please come to us and we will help you identify what state aid solutions and state aid support you've had and work with you for this. So if all that sounds interesting to you, then please do not hesitate to get involved. At the moment, we can support 36 projects up until the end of December 2021, and we are still looking for a further 12 businesses to engage with us and to start one of these exciting digital innovation partnerships. We are hopeful that the project will be extended into 2023, and if we are successful with that extension, we will be looking to support a further 15 businesses during that time. But as time is of the essence, and obviously we need to get on with these projects, we are looking right now for 12 businesses to start over the next 3 to 4 months. So please get in touch. You can get in touch directly with myself, that's Marc Wootton, or you can contact our employer partnerships team on the number and email address on screen. Or for more information, then please look at our website, staffs.ac.uk/SDIPS. So if that sounds of interest to you, what we'd like to do is get you to hear from a business that's actually just completed an SDIPS and has worked with the university on a variety of projects over the last 12 months. So I'd like to introduce you to Patrick Fegan, who is the technical manager from a local company called Halltech, who have just completed a 6-month SDIP partnership, are ongoing with a full knowledge transfer partnership, and I believe are looking for a further opportunity to work with the university moving forward. So Patrick, if you're there, I'd like you just to tell it how it is.
Cool, thanks Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the SDIP is so current that it's still the ink's still drying on everything. So we have an SDIP which I've got some information to share with you on. I just wanted to talk a little bit, kind of a bit background first, and how we became involved with Staffordshire University and these funding programs. So Halltech's been trading since 1993. Primarily, we're a software company involved in transport and warehousing solutions. We also have a hardware side of the business, which deals with things like vehicle CCTV, tracking, telemetry, tachographs, all those sort of things that we hear about in the commercial vehicle space. As a result of that, of course, we bring all that back into our software and we do various things with that. So back in April 2018, the company underwent a buyout. So our directorship changed, but with that, it was a real positive thing. So with that, we brought a whole new idea around what transport and warehousing solutions should look like. So we had a new strategy. We came up with new technical landscapes. To apologise. We started implementing a shift in culture. There was a massive reinvestment in the company, and that's still ongoing. We had new aspirations around innovation. We've won multiple awards in previous years, but now we're really focusing on the innovation space. So we spent about a year coming up with all of that. That was doing all the vision and scoping exercises, writing up the technical strategies, doing proof of concepts, price modeling, cost modeling, bit of market research, all kinds of things that as businesses you all know and are dealing with every single day. We first started talking to the uni properly in May 2019, and this is really where the first slide comes into it. So this is talking about what funding was available, what that meant to us, how that would help us. And these are really some of the kind of headlines that we hit the university with. So we came up with what our key challenges were, the strategic aims around the technical and the innovation requirements that we had, and what we expected from it. Because of course, it's not appreciate, of course, that there's investment here through the European Union Development Fund, but also we're invested in this as well. We're having to commit resources, equipment, people, even our customers to some extent have been touched in this as well, by through demonstrations, workshops, etc. So all around, the absolute most important thing for me as the technical representative was it's all about collaboration, transparency. We've all got to know what we're trying to achieve and agree on that kind of mutual vision. So the university massively helped us align the people and resources. That also extended outside of the SDIP as well. As Mark mentioned, we're working on the KTP, which is a knowledge transfer partnership, Innovate UK through Innovate UK. So Staffordshire University are heavily involved there. They made sure that the lead academic was the same person, essentially, had the same sort of skills that we needed. They also helped us do market research, shape the project. They helped us assure the project to make sure we weren't trying to do something crazy, and that actually this wasn't just a pure shed invention. This was actually something that we want to be proud of and take to market. The only negative really is that we can only do one of these, because it has helped us massively. And where we've shifted in these last I suppose 15 months really is we've gone from a whiteboard through to wireframes, through to an actual app that is just about to go to market. So Mark, if we could just put the slide on for me. So from a timeline perspective, as I mentioned, we started talking to the university in May. That was very much a exercise in just seeing what was possible. Are we talking to the right people? And then in June, we submitted our expression of interest. This is part of the process that, of course, Mark and his team held our hand and told us where we were going wrong, and really helped us do this properly. We then, in July, everything was submitted. This is the full application. And then in August, we were in a position to open the vacancy. So the first gap here is between August and October. And that's mainly because we were engaged with the KTP in September. So all of our focus was on making sure that those applications were in September before the deadlines. So then in October, we shifted our focus back to the SDIP and the recruitment, which outside of our control, we just weren't finding the right candidates. Unitemps were great. They really kind of listened to what our feedback on the CVs, and over time, those CVs, the quality of those CVs got better and better. We did end up outsourcing the recruitment to a third party, and that was really just because we fully aimed to start this in January, so we wanted to make sure that we met that deadline. And of course, that's a deliverable. Technically, that was one of the deliverables that we'd agreed back to the business. So in January, the vacancy was closed. We made a job offer to a candidate. They happily accepted, and they started with us in February. And of course, COVID happened. So the absolute last thing that we wanted to do was stop the SDIP and all of the things that we knew it would bring for us. So as a result of us being very busy, we had to focus, very much at the start of lockdown, we had to focus on our existing customers, because we're in transport. As I'm sure you're aware, there was massive demands, there was backlogs in stock, supply chain, and technically we are empowered to make sure our customers are struggling because they can't drive there fast enough, not because they can't get the data through and they've got freight stood on their depots that they can't move. So we had to take a slight step back there because we couldn't give the candidate the supervisory that they needed, although they were very autonomous, and with the help of the university, they had the academic support there. We just simply couldn't give them all of the support they needed. So we reduced the hours to extend the project ever so slightly, which again, the university helped us understand what the implications, pay, HR, etc. Then into August, that sort of disappeared. We increased the hours back on the project again, and the result of that was we are about 4 weeks behind where we thought we would be, in that we were hoping to have done this in August. We're now delivering in September. So as of today, all the various App Store approvals are going through, with a view for this being live by the end of this week. And we've obviously got the pilot release going on at the moment. So to think about the outputs here for us, we have a new innovative product that we're taking to market, and the overall effect is this has all massively contributed to us creating 2 new opportunities within our business. So we've obviously had extra recruitment going on in other parts of the business to support all of this. So I think that probably wraps it up from my perspective. I'll pass back to Marek.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. Mark, if you could just move us to the next slide. So we gave you a brief overview of what support is available to businesses. What Rachel and Mark outlined is fully funded. If you are an SME, eligible SME in Stoke-on-Trent and Staffordshire LEP area, with particular focus on digital support and advanced manufacturing and prototyping. You've heard from Patrick, who nicely outlined his experience with SDIP and where the university added value to his challenges. And the key point that I picked up is that the collaboration is the key. And what Patrick has mentioned is a statement to that. But we work with businesses outside of Staffordshire, and we work also with large companies. Innovate UK and the Knowledge Transfer Partnership, the KTP that Patrick mentioned, is open to small and large companies. It can be funded up to 67%. There is a full-time person, academic or academics, who can help you to innovate, develop new products and so on, which go beyond the regional support. And you can, as a business, you can have more than one KTP at any time. I've outlined the incubation center and the hatchery, the pods for startups that is coming up very soon. So if you are looking for a space to be co-located, to have an office at the heart of the campus where the innovation, prototyping, and collaboration with the university and like-minded innovators is taking place. Let us know whether you are interested. Obviously, it comes with an access to our dedicated research and innovation labs, equipment, researchers, and so on, all to help you grow and innovate. Patrick also mentioned Unitemp, so we have staffing solutions. So it's an agency, in-house agency at the university, where we're placing students and graduates into the jobs with employers, whether small or large, through likes of internships or part-time roles and so on. As you see, we have a number of people in our knowledge exchange and enterprise team, including Mark, Rachel, myself, and my team, who help companies to take you through the application process, clarify, demystify some of the funding. We will guide you throughout the process. So just get in touch with us, and we'll make sure that we will make the journey as easy and as painless as much as we can. So you've seen the contact details, employers@staffs.ac.uk. We have a single mailbox and then a telephone number to get in touch with us, where we will have a chat with you, no obligation, to see where you want to take your ideas, new products, ambitions, and challenges. One last thing before I open this to questions and a chat. As I mentioned at the beginning, this webinar is part of the series under #Staffs Innovation. So we have upcoming webinars also in life sciences. There will be dedicated webinar for Unitemps, and we also have webinars on demand on our website, which we ran in the past on likes of robotics and energy systems. So it's worth having a look. So thank you, everybody. And now I can invite you to ask the panel questions. Thank you. So the first question is from Malcolm. Thank you, Malcolm. How much do the programs cost? So I assume you mean the SDIP or SAMPED, which Rachel and Mark presented. So very quickly, these are fully funded, Malcolm. These are fully funded. So we secured the money from the European Regional Development Fund, and also university has invested its own money. So it doesn't cost companies to engage with the SDIP or Rachel's SAMPED project. Of course, if Margaret and Rachel want to add anything, by all means. So another one, North Staffordshire Press applied for funding before unsuccessfully. So is it a good idea to reapply? So perhaps Mark can look into this.
Certainly, I'll look into this offline, but if projects have been unsuccessful, we are unable to accept another application for the same project. If they were looking to deliver a different project, then we'd be happy to consider that and discuss that further.
Thank you, Mark. So unfortunately, because we are bound by the funders' guidelines and eligibility and scope of the projects, there is a process which sometimes means that some proposals and projects are unsuccessful. So we have a question from Sean. Are you able to offer support for system and service design as opposed to product design? I mean, in terms of the service design, I mean, it depends. I don't know if Rachel or Mark wants to come in.
We are able to support projects, certainly from an SDIP's point of view, that are either new products, new services, or processes. However, we would need to discuss each project on an individual basis. So my advice would be, if you're interested in any of the projects, whether it's SDIPs, SAMPED, or anything else that Marek's mentioned today, please get in touch with us and we'll arrange for a conversation directly to discuss your own individual needs.
Yeah, there is a simple outline application that we have available. We just summarizes some of the key things, and as Mark said, we take each and individual project on case-by-case basis to make sure that we have a full understanding. Question from Julie. As an academy trust, we are keen to look at what we can offer to support both young people and adults in our community to raise aspirations. Is this open to secondary schools or multi-academy trusts to apply? Okay, I don't know if Marco and Rachel want to answer, or if should I?
Sure. Well, certainly for SAMPED, it's for companies, companies only, companies that are business to business, B2B, that are looking to innovate new products.
Unfortunately, education is one of the strands that our funders are unable to support. However, if you've got access to a third-party organisation, business that works with you to try and support your solutions, then obviously those are ideas that we can help you just try and develop.
What I would say, if there is something that is outside of the scope of Marc's and Rachel's, of course, there is other avenues that we can look into. So by all means, get in touch and I can have a look with my team if there is other channel that we can explore to help you. So we have questions from Craig for Patrick. So question for Patrick, outside of the funding element, what has been the most impactful change, improvement that Halltech has seen as a direct result of the STIP?
That is a good question. So one of the other things that's been going on within our company, as I mentioned about a cultural shift, part of this has brought in not only an organisation that have been able to look at what we're doing and be subjective to it in a very constructive way. I think it was a question from Sean earlier about the design piece, where we've got access to an academic who can talk about and challenge what we're doing as well, so that it means that we're having to think about the things that we said we're going to do. For me, I think the cultural impact has been a really positive one. It's certainly not gone unnoticed throughout the rest of the company, and it's kind of set the bar quite high now, that our standards are much higher, that the university has helped us do all of this stuff. It's helped us set a really positive spin on change. I love change. People are very averse to it sometimes, but I embrace it because it makes us do better. It makes us be better about ourselves, and that's the whole point of innovation. That's the whole concept of it.
Thank you, Patrick. A question from Tobo. Does SAMPED or SDIP support relatively new businesses with innovative ideas but just not yet trading?
Shall I answer this one? Yeah. Okay, so we can help newly established businesses, so new enterprises that are less than 12 months old, but we would expect that the company would be registered with Companies House. So yes, we can, and if you don't have any trading history yet, but with the intervention we can maybe help you to get to market, then yes, sure, talk to us. We'd like to hear your ideas.
Thank you, Rachel. Okay, so that's all of the questions for now. I don't see any more in the chat. Thank you everyone for attending the webinar today. Thank you for speakers, Patrick Fegan from Halltech, Marc Wootton, the project manager on Digital Innovation Partnerships project, and Rachel Wood, project manager on Staffordshire Advanced Manufacturing and Prototyping Innovation Demonstrator. As usual, this webinar will be available on our website on demand if you want to revisit it. Get in touch with us on employers@staffs.ac.uk. We want to hear from you on your ideas, innovations, proposals, and as I mentioned, we have a dedicated team at the university who can help you with and guide you through the process. And if something is outside of the scope with Rachel's or Marc's project, we work with the government funding, which is not necessarily focused on the regions, and it's open to large companies and multiple projects. So thank you again, and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.